What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Slayer's Den. Thank you guys again so much for joining me. I am so excited because today is the release day for Crimson Vow, and I am absolutely hyped for this set because it has so many good janky cards in it, guys. So many. I've already been building and testing a few, and I wanted to start with this one because SKAABS hold a very near and dear place in my heart. I love SKAABS. They're so cool. They're like basically cooler zombies in my opinion. Some of them have flying and really cool like graveyard abilities. So yeah, I wanted to showcase the exploit mechanic because exploit is a new mechanic from Crimson Vow. Basically it says when this creature enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice a creature, and then there will be an ability associated with exploit. We'll start with this one since this is one of the new cards, Overcharged Amalgam for 2 colorless, 2 blue. This is a 3/3 with flash and flying. Its exploit ability says when Overcharged Amalgam exploits a creature, counter target spell, activated ability, or triggered ability. So this is bonkers because basically we get to counter anything our opponent's doing. If they have like an annoying triggered ability that's about to end our game, we can also counter that as well. So there's a lot of utility in this card. Another thing to remember with the exploit mechanic is that you can sacrifice the creature itself. So when it enters the battlefield, if you don't have any other creatures, you can still exploit by sacrificing the creature and the ability will resolve. So some of the other new cards we have in Crimson Vow that I'm excited about, we've got Mindleech Ghoul for 1 colorless and a black. This is a 2/2. Its exploit ability says when it enters the battlefield and exploits, each opponent exiles a card from their hand. So this is great. We get to pick apart the opponent's hand. We've got Skull Skaab for a blue and a black. This is a 2/2 with exploit. It says whenever a creature you control exploits a non-token creature, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. So this is super fun, guys. If you have a few of these in play already, every time you exploit, you're going to get a few zombie creature tokens. Always great. Not only that, those 2/2 zombie creature tokens can be used as exploit creatures as well in the future. So you get to exploit those tokens. So this intro was recorded after I did my gameplay. And of course, as I was playing, I was starting to realize that some cards worked better, some cards did not. So I changed things up. This is one of the late game additions, Biolume Egg for 2 colorless and a blue. It's a serpent egg with defender, allows you to scry 2 when it enters the battlefield. And then when you sack Biolume Egg, return it to the battlefield transformed under your control at the beginning of next end step. And its transformation into a serpent allows you to bring in a 4/4 that could potentially become unblockable if you sack 2 islands. So this is a really strong card with exploit. It has so many synergies in this deck. Pretty much everything sacrifices. So Biolume Egg will eventually become a 4/4 here. So this card, Geralf, Visionary Stitcher, was another card I was super excited in spoilers. For 2 colorless and a blue, this is a legendary human wizard 1/4. Zombies you control have flying. That is so awesome already because we got so many zombies in the deck, but the secondary ability is absolutely bonkers too. For 1 blue, you tap it, sack another non-token creature, create an XX blue zombie creature token where X is the sacrifice creature's toughness. So this is perfect. You can do it at instant speed, so it's great in case your opponent has some instant speed removal. Not only that, it synergizes so well with cards like Biolume Egg or just any of the creatures that we want to get into the graveyard, so we can potentially maybe bring back with a Haunting Voyage. But overall, this is just great. This is basically something that allows us to generate a ton of value. We want some tougher creatures on the board, save some of our creatures as well. So yeah, Geralf is a really strong card, really fun one, really janky, but it's like perfect in this deck. We've got a couple copies of this card, Archghoul of Thraben for 2 colorless and a black. It's a 3/2. It says whenever Archghoul of Thraben or another zombie you control dies, look at the top card of your library. If it's a zombie card, you can reveal it and put it into your hand. If you don't put your card into your hand, then you can put it into the graveyard. So you've got some choices here. This is great for filtering through the top of your deck. More importantly, this triggers whenever any zombie dies, not just a non-token one. So all of our tokens that we create with Skull Skaab and any other way we do create tokens, this is going to be super powerful because whenever they die as well, we get to look at the top card of our library and kind of loot through as well. And the last of our 3 drops, we've got Fellstinger for 2 colorless and a black. This is a 3/2 death touch with exploit. The exploit ability allows you to draw 2 cards and lose 2 life. So this is great. We don't have a lot of card draw in here, so being able to draw 2 at the cost of 2 life is pretty negligible. And not only that, it comes on a 3/2 death touch body for 3. So that's super powerful in this deck. Like I said, I've already done the gameplay, and this deck performed very well, surprisingly well. So this was a fun one, and I'm so excited to show you guys that gameplay. But before I do, I did want to let you know that I'm doing an incredible giveaway for Crimson Vow. I'll be doing another booster booster box giveaway for this latest set, so make sure to stick around to the end of the video so you can get some instructions on how to enter. But yeah, that's it. Love you guys, miss you guys so much. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by and checking out the video. Let's get into some awesome gameplay. Without further ado, let's play some Magic the Gathering. The SKAABS are back in town. The SKAABS are back in town. Okie dokie. This is a pretty rough hand for a few obvious reasons. Okay, we'll keep it. We'll keep it. Now, something about this deck is that there isn't a whole lot of interaction, but you know, we're trying to I just want to see how exploit does. You know, not too mad at it. Not gonna lie. We're gonna be scabbing away, exploiting away. Opponent's gonna be getting some craziness going on here pretty soon. We're just gonna scab away, I guess. We'll decline, and I'll swing it for 2. Scab away. Opponent's gonna be doing some crazy barbarian stuff. So what does this do? Exile top card of the library, they can play it. Okay. Exile the top 2 cards. Ooh. Not great. Not a great feeling, not gonna lie. I think we'll just swing in here. And we'll end the turn. And then what I'll do is I'll probably like Overcharged Amalgam to counter something. Maybe like a Delina. Ugh, okay. We're definitely gonna exploit here. One sec, this. Get a couple of cool guy tokens. Do we just double block here is the question. I think we actually just do no blocks here. And it's kind of scary to do no blocks, but we got to do it. We have to do it. So we can counterspell or we can create some blockers here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to swing in with these 2, get in for 5, then I'll have a blocker here, and I'll also have Overcharged Amalgam, which will allow me to counter something potentially pretty scary here. But, you know, when you're going against a Barbarian class deck, it can be scary because of how fast things can move, but it can also be pretty slow as well, so... sure. Alright. This doesn't have trample, which is good. So we can block, which is very nice. Okay. Okay, so this is gonna be 8 menace, right? Which sucks a butt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this. I'm actually going to exile that, create a couple of 2/2s to block here. Opponent might have a burn spell here, but maybe not. Okay. So this is all pretty good news for us, I think. I think the worst thing is that they do have some hastiness going on, which does suck a butt. It really does suck a butt. Okay, opponent's down to 2. Let's go in Haunting Voyage here, and we'll play a second blocker. That way, anything with haste kind of gets hurt a little bit. And, okay. We're gonna exploit, get a couple of, we're gonna get a zombie guy here. It gives us 3 blockers. And then we also do have the possibility of, we got 2 cards to draw. So we should have this in the bag, unless they have something ridiculous. Yeah, we'll go and just block here. See if the opponent says GG. Yeah, opponent's really thinking on it. Okay, nice. Okay. Oh man, that was good. That was good. We were getting so much value off of this Skull Skaab, just being able to sack something to the exploit abilities, creating these tokens. So pretty good showing for the Skaab deck. GG, opponents. Okay, we'll keep this one, and I'll play a swamp. This card is actually really cool because it's just another zombie. It's not non-token zombie, it's just another zombie. So it's actually really sick. But the opponent's gonna have to think about whether or not they want to get rid of it. And you know, I love the inevitability of the deck because we do have Haunting Voyage. We'll be bringing back all our zombies, so not really too worried about what's going on. Alright, we're gonna play this as a black source, and I think I'm gonna play a Mindleech Ghoul here. I'll go and sack it. Then we'll, yeah, get the opponent to discard something, exile something. We could have Archghoul of Thraben as well there. So, I don't know. It's kind of just depending on how I feel the deck's gonna go. If I feel like I'm going against a control-heavy deck, I don't want to necessarily play this. I'd rather kind of pick apart the opponent's resources. Ooh, okay, opponent is on zombies as well. Sick. Alright. We're gonna play this, and I think I'm gonna go with Archghoul of Thraben here now. And we're gonna do no attacks. I'm gonna save these zombos for my exploit costs, because I do have 3 exploit cards in here, so that's pretty good. Eventually, I just want to get land. I want to get Meathook, clear the board, and then I want to get something like Haunting Voyage, bring all our creatures back, do something really juicy to the opponent. Okay, opponent hasn't eaten alive, most likely. So, yep. Figured that's probably the case, but we've got plenty of those as well, too, so I think we're okay. We are going to do no blocks. Gonna play a swamp, and let's go ahead and Mindleech Ghoul here. And I will go ahead and sack the Mindleech Ghoul to go and get a token, force the opponent to exile something. Okay, so they're a little flooded, which is not too bad for us. And then, sure, I'll swing in for 2 here. And I'll also play a Geralf Riva. We're gonna decline. We don't really need to, obviously, exploit since we're not worried about the opponent's planeswalkers, non-existent or otherwise. Opponent swinging with both, which means they might have a Meathook Massacre or something to sweep the board. What do you got going on, the Brad? Alright, so nothing for the Brad here. Interesting. I kind of just want to swing in with everything. And then we'll just end the turn. And I'll hold up Overcharged Amalgam. Let's see what the opponent's got. I think we should be good to go from here, though. I'll take the 4. Alright, opponent is just swinging in willy-nilly. Maybe they will Meathook now. Then Overcharged Amalgam comes in, and it's a GG. I wonder if that's all they have, though. 2, 4, 6, 7. Opponent might have their own Overcharged Amalgam. There we go. Sweet! Alright, this can't block. Perfect. GG. Okay, let's go. All right, not too bad. All right, so I'm digging exploit so far. I think Overcharged Amalgam is definitely a card that's gonna be seen in a few good standard decks moving forward. So being able to counter things, counter activated and triggered abilities is so powerful, and can really throw off your opponent's game plans. Plus it's flash. It's a pretty good card. So GG, opponents. Well, if it isn't the Eyeball Kid. Yeah. All right. Damn. All right, we're gonna keep it. Super greedy hand. Coming into play, tapped lands. usually a bad idea, but I think we're just gonna do what we gotta do. Opponent might be on vampires. Alright, let's go Skull Skaab here. And let's also play the Shipwreck Marsh. And opponent could just take us out right here. But if I draw an untapped land, I will likely Skull Skaab into Mindleech Ghoul. That way I can get a couple of tokens. There we go. Alright, let's go Skull Skaab. Decline. And we'll Mindleech Ghoul here. Give us a couple of tokens. That's a pretty solid turn 4 play. May not be the strongest turn 4 play, but it's pretty good. Get rid of card draw spell. Pretty sweet. And I'll do no tax. And this might even be a game where we Haunting Voyage to kind of get ahead. Hoarding Ogre, very interesting. Okay. What does this do? A treasure token. Tax, and what is this? Okay, so let's go and get rid of this. And sure, I'll swing it for 3. Sweet. Okie dokie. Skadioki. Opponent will probably have like a big old dragon or something. Hoarding Ogre. Okay, so they're pretty insistent on ogering us, which is pretty scary. Pretty scary. I'm gonna go and play Archghoul here. And I think I'm still gonna go no attacks. Because Archghoul doesn't guarantee that much card advantage for us. Okay. I'm gonna block. I'm actually gonna block with Archghoul here. Let's gain first strike. Okay. Alright. Fair enough. Okay, if it's a zombie card, I get to put it in my hand. Or put it into the graveyard. Okay, we're going to decline the Hired Hexblade. Alright, so I'll be able to at least take out Hoarding Ogre here. Sure, why not? It's all the same to me. These are some tough tays. All right, we're gonna play the Bladestitched Skaab, and I don't know that I want the opponent to have more. So we got 1, 2, 3 creatures in there for Haunting Voyage to bring back, although we are very far away from 7 mana. So what do we want to do? We can either get rid of the 4/4, or we can get rid of the thing that's creating value for the opponents. This is a really tough one. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to sack a creature, and I'm gonna get rid of their 4/4. Sure. And we're gonna do no attacks. And then maybe we can like double block the ogre or something. I don't know. At this point, I'm kind of more concerned about if we can keep the mana production up, so that way we can Haunting Voyage. Haunting Voyage will be a super beatdown. Okay. Create a treasure token. Yeah, so at this point I'm willing to trade off here. Let them cast spells. Let me see, what did they do? Sudden Breakthrough? Okay. So we just trade there, and that's fine. Trading is not bad with this deck, and in fact you probably want to, as long as you can confidently feel like you'll reach 7. Kalain. I'm so reclusive. Alright, we're gonna play a Swamp, and we're gonna go and Foretell here. And we are officially 2 mana away from doing a massive and disgusting Haunting Voyage for zombies. So, it could be pretty good. Pretty good. The opponent just has a ton of card advantage, unfortunately. Alright, we got one more turn before we Haunting Voyage, though, so this could be a pretty saucy next turn, depending on what we want to see and what we want to do here. Oh. Don't hurt my Bladestitched Skaab. Okay, so I do need a land, however. I need a land. Ugh. That is not a land. Alright, we're gonna go next. End the turn. Overcharged Amalgam lets us block a red dragon. We're gonna go and counter that. Definitely don't want to see the gold span here. I'll gladly counter the gold span dragon. That's gonna give him so much value along with Kalain. So we take 7, which is pretty scary for us. Okay, and let's go ahead and Haunting Voyage here, just for the standard costs, and we'll do Zombie. Bring back one of these and do the battlefield actually. Let's do this. Decline on the overcharge. Wonder if the opponent has a removal spell here. Okay. And we'll decline here. So let's see what the opponent's got going on. They may have this pump. What is this? Sudden breakthrough. So random to have in the deck. But if they do have it, then it will be problematic for us. We desperately need the untapped land, though. Untapped land will save us. Here we go. So sick. So sick. Let's go zombie. Okay, so what do we want to do here? Do we want to create a giant board? Alright, I'm going to actually use this kind of as a scry. Take action, put that in the yard, decline. And sure, we'll swing it for 4. Get 4 damage in. We have a blocker for the dragon now. Opponent could block and sack. Okay. But as you can see, I think I might have messed... I don't know if I did mess up that exploit trigger there, but assuming I didn't, I think we're good. When Jaden enters the battlefield, gains first strike until end of turn. Sweet. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful. Alright, So there's a few really good ways to handle this, but what I think I'm gonna do is swing in with everything except for this, I think. Let me see. If they block 3 of these, that leaves 3, 6, 14, 15. Oh, no, I'm swinging with everything. It's lethal. If... yeah. That should be lethal, because they don't have a first strike creature. Okay, this sack. Sure, 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 sure. They're looking for that spell that gives their creature first strike, which will make them win here, unfortunately. Oh, shit, okay. Sweet. Oh, yes! Yes! Oh my god, guys, we did it! Oh, that was so sick. That was so awesome. Wow. So we beat Rakdos Treasure, which feels so good, man. Feels great. I'm really liking this. This is like the good beginning of a shell for SKAABS / exploit, because there's so much value in Skull Skaab, Mindleech Ghoul being able to strip your opponent's hand a little bit, and then I cannot state this enough, but Overcharged Amalgam is just super cool. Not only is it a 3/3 flying flash creature, which is pretty powerful, but it also allows you to counter so many things. So yep, GG Eyeball Kid. Alright, so a good reason to keep this hand is because we can play these 3 spells. These will lead us to treasure tokens, so we're going to keep it. Just kind of figure out what we gotta do. Opponent is on green. Ooh, some death touch action. Sweet. Alright, we're gonna play this, and we're gonna play our Shambling Ghast. And, it may be worth it to kill Tajuru if this is a death touch deck. The Neverwinter Dryad. Alright, sweet. Alright, so we're gonna play this, and I think I'm gonna play the Skull Skaab as well. Yeah, shoot, why not? Gonna get rid of this so they don't get to ramp. Always nice to stop green at ramp. Oh, okay. Oh, not okay. Instrument of the Bards. Okay. I will take one. Take one, everybody. Okay. Thought it was like, hold on there. Okay. I guess that one was just kind of a throwaway game. But that does mean, guys, I'm telling you, 4 in a row and feels pretty good. Not gonna lie. So GG, opponents. Terrible hand. About as awful as you can get. One of these was a swamp. I would actually strongly consider taking it. Okay. I want to say we keep this and we'll drop the Archghoul. It's pretty arch-cool with you. The swamp will pass, and then I will Mindleech, I suspect. One is on Azorius. Alright, so could be going against a control deck, which could be pretty scary. I'm gonna play an island, and it's gonna play the Mindleech Ghoul here, and I think we decline. We force him to actually get some removal. I think I'm actually okay with that. That sounds pretty saucy. Now I wonder what the opponent has foretold. You always want to assume it saw it coming. Alright, I'm gonna play a swamp, and I think I'm just gonna swing in. Play a Geralf Reaver, and we're going to decline there as well. And I think we'll just end the turn. We're now as a 2/2 flying creature. Very scary. Okay. Take 2, everybody. Could that be like, I don't know, some kind of angel thing? Alright, we take 1. Take 1, everybody. And I'll go and swing in for 5. Oh, man. For real? Okay, if they exile that, that's a bad thing for us on a few different levels. Okay, we're gonna resolve, actually. We'll let that happen. Opponent takes 2. Okay. Alright, well, we're definitely going to counter that shit. Homie doth not play that. Alright, now we got 5 mana, which is super sick. I'm gonna play a... Oh, okay. Why did you do that? Why did the opponent swing in there? That was absolutely bonkers. This is a strange card to play too, but seems pretty cool. Anyway, that was a confusing match for me, and I think it's time for me to shower up now because of how disgusting this deck is. It's absolutely bonkers. We are smashing opponents. 5-0. 5-0, guys, by the way. GG opponents. Eaten alive, eaten alive. We will keep this one because it does have some decent value here. You know, I'll be completely honest with you. I think that the main reason this deck is doing fairly well so far is because a lot of the decks we've played are aggro decks, first of all. And aggro decks do suffer from value decks a little bit. And then you throw in the fact that I've got Meathook and then Recursion. Like, we've got a great way to kind of punish the opponents. I do like that. See, Exploit is cool because of cards like this, like Ghoulish Procession, giving them all that value. It's very, very saucy. I will play Shipwreck Marsh, and let's go and play a Bladestitched Skaab. Sure, why not? Why not? I'll swing in for 2. And we'll end the turn. And then it's looking like I'll maybe get a thick ol' Meathook eventually, but with this deck playing enchantments and it's zombie-ish, I don't know, I feel like maybe a Lolth could be in this deck. And I'm wondering also if Lolth would be pretty good in this deck, to be completely honest. No. No. Okay. Let's go and play this, and what does this do? Choose target 2 target non-basic non-creature permanents. Okay, that's gross. First of all, that's pretty gross. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and Mindleech Ghoul here, and yeah, sure, why not? Get rid of this. Get the opponent to discard a bit here and a bit there. And damn. Target this. Sack that. Yeah, create a church token. This will get us a healthy 4 mana Meathook if we wanted to. Oh, it's really thinking on this Trickster God's Heist. Okay. Don't switch up my lions. Trickster God's Heist is pretty cool though. Really cool card, for sure. Not going to lie. Alright, we're gonna play we'll play an island. And we'll just go next. And we'll do no tax. I'm gonna lose some life here. It's unfortunate. I think I'm just gonna pass. We're gonna do no blocks. I'll take it to 4. I can use the Amalgam to sack the Mindleech Ghoul towards something else. I'd rather do that. Okay, we're gonna counter the draw spell here. Get rid of the Deadly Dispute. Oh. Alright. And then we'll play this, and let's go ahead and Meathook for 4. Actually, no, we only have to Meathook for 3 here, I believe. Right? Yeah, it's Meathook for 3. And I'll play Geralf Riva. Geralf Riva. Oh, Geralf Riva. Why you gotta do me dirty like that, Geralf Riva? Okay. So we could block here. We do no blocks though. That's gonna die by itself. Gonna be quite painful. Alright, target player loses 3 life. Sure. That'll be great. And we're gonna do no attacks. Alright. So this is my first zombie matchup, which is pretty scary. Ideally what I'd like to do is get a Haunting Voyage. I'd love to see that. But I'm going to be slowly ticking away with the Meathook, fortunately. Trickster God's Heist, you say? Alright, so we're going to need another Meathook here. We're going to need another Meathook incoming, please. Okay. Alright, so what happens here? They pay 3, and that's 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, we're going to do no attacks, and we're going to end the turn. I think I might just be screwed here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 creatures in the yard, but that's really not enough. Oh, and then that's 8. Shit. Okay. Damn it. That was exactly 8. GG. Okay. Our win streak is over, but it was okay because we went against a pretty cool janky deck. Alright, opponent's going first. It's kind of a saucy hand, right? We get to exploit these Biolume Eggs. We'll keep it. If we can draw into that 3rd land, that would be super sick. We could also not. And if we don't draw into that 3rd land, then we kept a greedy hand. And that's just how it is. Play a Bladestitched Skaab. And yeah, really hope for that that 3rd land. Ugh, gross. Alright, so keeping the Keeping the 2-lander was very greedy. We get punished, for sure. No, we are now quite behind. And then the opponent is likely going to get some of their very good value out soon. So I'm going to go ahead and swing in for 2. See if the opponent's got some removal. Let's go in Biolume. Biolume's good. Decided to add this into the deck so that way we can scry. Do we want this extra mana? I think we do, actually. We actually do want this mana here. Falcon Wrath Celebrants. Okay. Let me see what does this do. Create 2 blood tokens. Gross. Well, let's go ahead and sack Biolume. So we can get ourselves a 4/4 at the end of that. And sure, why not? We'll swing in for 2. Also play Geralf. Geralf actually, now that I see it, actually works really well with Biolume. So kind of some saucy action. I don't have so many blood tokens though now. Kind of scared, guys. Kind of scared. Alright, so we're gonna play. I think what we're actually gonna do is swing in with these 2. Okay. So opponent takes 4 here. Or 2 rather. And I think I might play a Bellstinger here. And we're gonna decline. We're gonna end the turn. We'll get a body in. I could have also just played Biolume there. I don't know why I didn't. Opponent is on full-on vampires. Blood tokens galore. Sacrifice which of 2 creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Okay. Very interesting. Sure. Sure. And yeah, my turn. Play this as a blue source, and we're gonna swing in for 6. Ever so saucy. I love it. Love to see it. What is this? Okay, and we're gonna play another Biolume. Should have been playing with freaking Biolume this whole time. And we're gonna end the turn. It's like the perfect Geralf target. Oh man, do I want them? Untap it, gain haste until end of turn. Shit, okay. Why not? Why not? Get a little 3/2 flying zombie action here. It's a menace. I'll block. Opponent's really in a pickle here, I think. Maybe? Oh. Ah. Okay. That was their game plan all along. You son of a gun. It was actually super sick. Like, exploits working in tandem with each other. And now I get to counter something, potentially. You love to see it. Okay. So many blood tokens. Okay. So I think their game plan was to... okay. Decline. Geralf, and then full swing. Okay. Oh man, that was so good. We got to see the full power of Geralf, and Biolume Egg was such a good addition to the deck. Now that I see it, I think officially we gave the opponent the chop with this game, because this was really good. We got to see kind of everything in full swing mode. But yeah, GG opponent. Let's do some work. Skaab deck, let us do some work. Seems like a pretty decent keep. We got our Shambling Ghast, Skull Skaab, Fellstinger. We're curving out pretty well here, so we're going to keep it. Turn 1, the Shambling Ghast. Want to play as Double Mountain. We're going against the Goblin stack. Okay, sweet. I'll take a treasure token. Why not? Play this, and we'll play a Skull Skaab. Gross. Skull Skaab will be pretty sick.
the magic missile.
Okay, so we've got a little burn guy over here. Bernie Sanders over here. Alright, we're gonna play another Skull Skaab. Decline. And we're just gonna go next. We're gonna end the turn. We could have played Bladestitched Skaab, but I don't think it's necessary at this point.
The Thermo Alchemist.
Alright. As long as we're getting rid of stuff. So it's Dragon Fires. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
I think we're just gonna go next and we're gonna end the turn. Gonna recast an instant sorcery or wizard spell that deals 1 damage to any target, huh? Okay. I don't really like that. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm going to Overcharged Amalgam. And yes, we're gonna sack this. Those little points of damage really add up. So I don't mind just taking a damage from their Thermo Alchemist or whatever. That's not that big of a deal. We're gonna play a Bladestitched Skaab. This is a black source, and I'm also going to Fell Stinger. I'll sack the Skaab, give myself 2 more cards. Sweet. Not bad. Not bad at all. Opponent pings us with the Thermo Alchemist. You can tell it's going to get kind of annoying, but, you know. The thing with this game plan that the opponent has is that it's, it is fragile as well. So we're going to play this as a blue source, and what do we want to do here? I think we're going to play Geralf. Go next, end the turn, and we should be able to do something with that. And what does this do? Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you may cast target instant sorcery without paying its mana cost. Okay, that's actually really gross. Alright, I'm actually just going to play this. And I'm not going to exploit. And I'm also going to play a Biolume Egg. Sure, why not? Why not indeed? Gonna put this on the bottom and go next. And go and swing in. Swing in for 3. And I'll take good old 1. Sure. Sure. The opponent is probably playing with pump spells, I'd have to guess, if they're playing Flame Painter. It's really the only way to get through. And it doesn't have trample, which is nice. So we'll go and block here. Okay. Take that. Sack that. Get ourselves a little 4/4 action. Look at all these bodies. Okay, sweet. So we'll definitely swing in for 7 here. Goes down to 10. And shoot. Yeah, we'll end the turn here. I'm going to hold up Overcharged Amalgam to use as a counter. This is getting pretty saucy. I'm liking it. I'm really liking it, guys. Alright, so what happens here? Take 1, take 1. They untap, okay. That's 5 damage. Do we save Geralf here? I think we save Geralf here, actually. Yeah, we save Geralf and we sack the the Biolume, I think. Yeah, sack Biolume here. And then that's lethal on board. Yes! Oh my god, let's go! Let us go! That was so good. That was so very good. We gave this Alchemist Flame Painter deck the chop, which is actually, it's pretty scary. A lot of burn spells. Definitely very good against creature and creature aggro, but you know, once again, Overcharged Amalgam, super powerful against a lot of game plans, and I'm absolutely loving the addition of Biolume Egg. So by the time you guys see this portion of the deck, you'll kind of understand why I made changes along the way. So there's probably some games there where you're like, what the hell, why is this card here and the other card's not? But I did make changes, and yeah, this is gonna be included into the final iteration of this deck. Biolume Egg is awesome. 3 mana, you get to scry, which is super important in this deck because, you know, we'll either get mana screwed or we need an answer, and Biolume lets us scry too. And then it's just perfect sacrifice fodder because almost everything sacrifices Biolume Egg. So yeah, super powerful. But yeah, the deck is super sweet, as you can see. So we're gonna go ahead and get into the deck breakdown right now. Alright folks, this looks like the perfect place to end today's video, and this deck was really cool. Exploit is an awesome mechanic, and I am absolutely so hyped about playing some more of the Crimson Vow cards because I have just been shook to the core by how crazy the cards are. They're just really powerful, have a lot of really cool synergies, and honestly, this really does scratch that jank itch that I have and that I have been wanting, that I really wanted from Midnight Hunt. They went all in on Crimson Vow, and they gave me the cards I was looking for, the inspiration to continue making some really fun jank. So yeah, this deck was really cool. It was very janky, as you could see, but there was a lot of really cool synergies. I love this card, Overcharged Amalgam. I can see this card going into a ton of different decks. Being able to counter a spell, an activated ability, or triggered ability is super important, and it works perfectly in tandem with all these cards that want to exploit. Biolume Egg was really cool. It was a late game addition. I added this in the last few matches, and I just wanted to try it out, and it ended up being so good. It was popping off with cards like Geralf and anything that exploits it, because it comes a 4/4, allows us to scry. This one of the Haunting Voyage, I don't know if it needs it. It's something that is fun of. It could be useful in games where you can actually get the 7 mana to foretell your whole graveyard. The reason I included it was because there are a lot of creatures that we're going to have in our graveyard because we're going to be exploiting left and right, but getting to 7 mana is not always as easy as it seems. But if you can, then you're going to have a huge field once it resolves. Now, one of the most important parts of the deck breakdown, whether or not you should build this deck. So I feel like there are a few cards, including Overcharged Amalgam, that are probably worth the wild cards because, like I said, this card will be seen in quite a few decks. This is probably going to be seen in some kind of Dimir control shell. It's going to be in some kind of big, maybe Simic deck where you want like a big body that can also have a secondary ability that's really powerful. But as far as the other cards, you've got cards that are common and uncommon. Mindleech Ghoul, Skull Skaab, Bellstinger, Archghoul of Thraben. These cards are cards that are very niche, so they'll mostly fit into something like a zombie deck or an exploit deck. So I don't know if those cards are necessarily worth it. I would say the most worthwhile card to spend your wild cards on in this deck is Overcharged Amalgam. So like I always say, if you have the cards, if you have the resources, if you do have the wild cards, then yeah, feel free to try this deck. It was fun for me. I had a blast playing it. Definitely caught a lot of opponents off guard. That being said, I am so excited to be back, first of all. Second, I'm so excited to continue slaying with you guys, making these fun jank decks. I appreciate you all of your support. You guys have been so amazing, and I hope that you guys enjoy the next few decks that I've got lined up for Crimson Vow. And before I let you go, I did want to let you know that, like with most of the set releases that I've done in the past year, I will be doing an awesome booster box giveaway. So I want you to go ahead and check the details below in the description box to find out how you can enter. It's gonna be something simple like the videos, leave comments below about your favorite card and your favorite decks that you want to see, and I'll also give you the ability to add bonus entries for each video and each comment related to Crimson Vow that you leave. So yeah, I want you guys to enter this one. This is going to be a great giveaway just because of how awesome Crimson Vow is. So I hope you guys do take advantage of the free giveaway. Leave some comments, leave some likes, show me some love. And yeah, that's it for video 1 for Crimson Vow. We're going to get into a whole lot more janky trouble. So make sure to stay tuned and check out the next videos I put out in the next couple of days. Thank you guys again so much. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Thank you guys so much for checking out the video. If you enjoyed it, please remember to smash that like button below, and to help you stay up to date with my upcoming videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. Thanks again, have a great day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, Slayers.